I'm not drunk enough for
Chris,
it.
you
Fuck
said
it.
you were going to be on with fucking 6 shots and you fucking you're 2 down. Nah, man. It's
No, you.
Bro, fuck
Jose,
off,
actually, I have a
Chris.
question. Jose, how did you read that? Did you read that as...
Got him.
Hey guys, join me in the closet. It's 7 minutes in heaven. What's up, guys? It's not Kevin again for the second episode in a row because he's a fucking lazy piece of shit. This time he has some kind of weird excuse that his daughter's game went to double overtime and then he's gonna buy a car in the middle of the fucking night.
9 p.m. Let me buy a car.
So weird.
Yeah. He talks about Chase having the big house and I have a big house and everyone's rich, but this bitch is out here buying cars in the middle of the night.
Casual.
I mean, what the hell? Anyway,
I'm still rocking my Corolla.
we got Chase here, we got Chris here, we got Jose, and you got myself here. We're dedicated. We're not pieces of shit and decide not
skip.
to be a part of the
Never.
podcast. This is 7 Minutes in Heaven. We've changed things up. We usually record these episodes in the middle of our normal episode, but we decided to start doing it in the beginning because we have a lot of energy in the beginning and we always love to do fucking sports. And the number 2 thing is every time we do this, there's a fucking game that Chase has to watch, and he's now watching the
Hey,
Dolphins game.
for the
here
record,
live.
last week it was Chris that had to watch something.
I mean,
Hey,
it wasn't
Chris,
for
you
very
watched it
long.
For too long.
Yeah, it wasn't too long.
Chris tapped out.
Well, to be fair, I might be tapping out soon. So
Chris tapped out like I think what, second quarter? I think you were like, I'm done.
13-0. I was like, we done.
But that being said, guys, it's 7 Minutes in Heaven. We're gonna open up with FSU update. It could be short, it could be long. Who knows? And then we're gonna get into
Do we have
baseball.
to?
Yes, we do.
Jose
Yes,
just thought we
do.
have to. Good or bad, we have to. But we will skip NFL to last, and we'll push baseball up there because there are 2 teams in this.
woo.
I mean, I'm an Oriole fan, but I'm not a true fan. Like you guys are.
You could
But
be
Chase,
now.
Just own it. You
Could
do
be
this
now.
every year. You can just say you're an Orioles fan.
Yeah, just admit it. Say, I'm an Orioles fan.
I am an Oriole fan, but I'm not
Thank
at your
you.
guys'
Bullshit.
level.
No, you're
This is
not.
the-
You're all
Liar.
fucking
You
bandwagon
fucking
piece of shit.
liar.
Jose's like, every day I fucking sweat fucking Yankee blood, and this motherfucker comes in at the end of the thing like, hey guys, I'm an Oriole fan.
It's like name 5 players.
Liar.
Yeah, right. That being said, let's go find this fucking FSU thing. I'm so excited to play it. Yeah.
We puppies. We big puppies.
Oh, we're kitty cats at this fucking.
Yeah, I think we're past puppies.
We got blown out. Let's just start it right there. What the fuck happened, Chase?
I mean, everything.
Number one thing, if we could have fixed it, could something have gone better? Like, could there have been a
if
catalyst?
we could catch a pass, would be the first thing. That'd be the first thing. Or if we could stop them on 3rd and long.
Yeah, third down was
Those
horrible.
I'm asking right now.
Those would be
Chase,
the top 2.
Then I'm going to ask Jose, then I'm going to ask Chris. What's the number one thing if you think we could have fixed in that game? It would have been one thing. Only one thing, Chase.
I mean,
What
if we
is
could stop them on 3rd and long. Yeah.
3rd and long.
Yeah.
Jose, one thing. Did you even watch the game?
I watched half of it. I was flying. I started watching it on the plane, flying to Kissimmee, and then I would just kind of wish that the plane would have just fallen out of the sky. Because
There's people on the plane with you. Let's fucking.
Come on, bro. Think about others.
We can all go down together.
Jesus.
All right.
It's the fucking coaching for me, man.
You're worse
I just
than
don't
Kevin.
understand these play calls. I mean, it got better. It got better this game. It seemed like they were calling offensive plays to help DJ out a little bit, but then they would be like, "All right, we're gonna go back," and and it's back to the same shit. They're stubborn as fuck, and I think that's what's killing us the most.
I'll chime in and I'll let Chris go. I agree with play calling. I mean, 3 calls that bug me the most, and I know they're not even the worst calls. The back-to-back design runs for fucking DJ. Don't know. I still don't
The
get.
first one should have been a touchdown. Toafili whiffs on a fucking block, but to go back to it the second time is mind-boggling.
And then the other one that blows my mind is opening the fucking play call with a screen. Even the commentators called it out. I don't understand it.
Oh, yeah,
like,
they did.
It is just weird that Mike, like you said, I think Chase or Kevin, like that first drive, they planned that shit out forever. And that's the fucking play that you were like, we're going to stump them with a screenplay because that's worked
so
in the
excited
past.
for that.
They had one good screen that I did really like, which was the throwback screen, which I think got called back for a hold. We got like 20 yards on it, got called back for a hold. That was a good screen. That was a
Chris?
different screen than we normally do.
Outside of all these awesome idea. It's just drop passes, and it's just drop passes, and it's also what I notice. Really, all the games, there's not a lot of fire with this team. This team does not seem very hyped up, even when the
reason to be hyped
But I mean, even when the game, like when it starts, though, they just don't seem very like.
Should we just start playing like swag surf? You think before the
Fuck no, we should never play that. But
they should
I mean,
play it third down, every third down.
I kind of disagree with you, Chris. I think it has gotten better on the hype, but eventually, obviously, if you start sucking ass throughout the game, it's going to get worse and worse. I think we've opened up with a lot of energy and better and better. But I think, like you said, though, once you're down and then your offense, like everybody's been chiming about this like before, like defensive players, like you can't deny if your offense is just sucking dick, that's going to make you just kind of lose all your will.
Yes.
And it's
Both on mentally and physically, if you're on the field all the fucking time.
And you have to just watch guys fucking have the ball hit them directly in the hands, pop up, and the other team picks it, takes it at the 10, and you're a defender thinking, well, now they're going to most likely get at least 3 fucking points, and like it's going to look like we gave up points when, no, they got the ball at the fucking 10 like they always do. Like, that's got to be so frustrating.
There's a certain point, though, where when your team is playing that bad, this is my personal thing. This is nothing to do with the team. I struggle with seeing them be too hyped. Like when they get like real, they start, like.
I know exactly where you're going with that.
1,000,000%.
When they're
What
like
are you so excited about?
first down, I'm like, you're
realize?
down 20 points.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, like
no.
what are you doing? Just fucking line up. Like this is
I get that.
embarrassing.
No, I agree. And it's weird, right? Because there is that fine line. You want them to be excited for the little wins to become big wins, but at one point, it's just like, dude.
Yeah, if
like,
you're down 42-16 and you knock a pass away, just walk back to your
Yeah.
position.
Or like you catch a first down, you're like, all right, first down. But I mean, don't just be like, guns, like first down. I'm like, you're down 30
Literally
points.
just
Like that.
how about line up and run another play?
yeah.
Act like you've done it before.
Like actually catch 2 balls.
Well, we
in
haven't,
a
to
row.
be fair, Chris, we don't get a lot of first downs, so we really haven't done it before.
So maybe that's why they do it. They're like,
That
yes! Our 5th first down of the game. Let's roll.
I've used this line with some people in the past because everyone's like calling for the coach's head. I think it's premature. I think even if we win only 2 or 3 more games, the guy gets 1 more season. It doesn't matter. You have to. We can't even afford it even after 1 more season.
Definitely.
I was gonna
cannot.
say
Yeah.
we just
So
finished
it
getting
doesn't
staggered off.
Yeah, you're
But that
easy.
being said, I've used this line before. I think Mike Norvell is a good coach, but I've taken this from Chase. I think he has like some kind of coaching yips, right?
He does, 100%.
Like he has something in his like the play calling doesn't make any sense, and it's like
It's awful.
we're not brilliant, smart coaches, right? And everyone sees it and it's like, Norvell, like I know you see this. Like what is like the design runs is the one that really
He's so
really
slow.
bugs me.
He is the slowest quarterback in the history of football.
It's insane. And then to rely, and that's the thing is like everyone's just like, oh look, all the people that are hating on us, hating on DJ, and they're like, when Brock comes in, you'll see that it's a bigger problem. I totally agree. It's a big problem across the board.
Yeah.
But that being said, you put in a Brock or you put in a Luke or something like that, you open up something where the defense actually might believe it's a run RPO, or they might
he can
actually
take off, yeah.
believe a play action like is actually doable. You know what I mean? Like they actually might kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not appreciate, but
They might
be a
actually
little
have
scared.
to respect the fact
Respect,
that
that's
the
the
quarterback can
word.
run
Yeah.
the ball. Yeah,
and that's where I think we'll have a win there.
Well, think about Jordan Travis. The year we won 10 games, the year we went 10-3. He ran the ball actually a lot, but then last year he never kept it.
Yeah, he didn't
on
run
the
nearly
zone
as
read
much.
because we were trying to save him. We didn't want him to get hurt. I mean, look what happened when he did fucking keep it. But it got to be at the point at the end of the year. Defenses stopped assuming he was going to, like, they just assumed every time he's going to hand it to the running back because he stopped pulling it because he didn't want to get hurt, which is understandable. But, I mean, it does open up, like, our run game was so much better that 10-3 season in the year before than it was last year because they had to respect the quarterback could run the ball.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's not the only reason, but it's a big deal, man. Getting that defensive end to freeze for even half a second could be the
Changes
difference between a
everything.
1-yard run and a 21-yard run.
Or just a fucking dump off to the running back that's like sitting there, or a tight end that's just chilling
DJ
there in the
also
gap.
just
But
does not know how to fucking.
Or you
do
mean
his
because he
own
just stops and goes,
Yeah,
the
Travis-
defense is like, we're going to sit here and wait and then go get you because we know exactly what the fuck
Travis
you're going to
did
do.
a good job of knowing when to pass it on the zone read too, because the zone read that FSU runs is supposed to be a literal run pass option, an RPO. It's supposed to be not just a zone read. The pass option is supposed to be in there, but DJ reads that horribly. There's been so many times where the pass option is there, but instead he just hands it to the running back. Running back gets stuffed for 1 yard, but if he swings it out wide, that's 5-6 yards.
So do you think, so this is the thing everyone talks about, like we always joke around that DJ has like a sex tape on Norvell. Do you think it's a NIL thing? Do you think it's like we pay this much money and then it's like respecting the money that we put forward to him, or like we have to do that, we put the money in like a...
Yeah, I think if anything it would be like, if you're going to use any like reasoning outside of the fact that I honestly think in Norvell's mind, DJ is just the best quarterback on the roster. I think in practice, DJ probably performs better than Brock does. But you got to remember, in practice, it's not live. They're not getting hit. They're not doing runs. Like, it's different. But I think if you're going to point to anything outside of that, it would be the fact that maybe they don't want future transfers to realize they're on a quick hook and like to. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's the reason, but I believe that more than NIL. I don't think it's
really?
NIL.
I don't
think Norvell would give a shit about NIL.
I mean, so if you're going outside looking in, and you're thinking, all right, I'm a quarterback or I'm a defensive player, and I'm going to go transfer. I'm thinking of transfer next year. You really think sitting DJ, who everybody in the world knows is trash, is
no? I don't believe that at all. But I'm
transfer?
saying I would believe that more than NIL.
Really? Because I think
what it genuinely is in practice, he has played better than Brock.
I agree. That's what I think it is, but I also I truly do think there's some kind of influence in the fact that he got all this money from NIL. He got all what is it?
NIL.
What's the NIL? But what's the our backer?
Battles in. Like Battles in forked out that money. We got this guy, and now he's sucking ass. So he's like, fuck. Like I gotta force this and make sure he actually performs to say, hey, I used your money properly. That's where my mind's at on that one. I can't see it hurting other transfer portals because anybody who has a fucking brain can tell that DJ sucks and needs to sit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I know, but I just can't see Mike caring about NIL on that aspect. Like, I think he cares about it in terms of like retaining players, getting players, but like in terms of like we paid this guy, $1 million, we have to start him. Like, no, I just don't see that.
Speaking of retaining players, like that's another thing too. That's the part that bothers me is like he's going to lose all these freshmen if you don't put him in, right? Like I feel like that's inevitable.
There's no reason not to put him in
at this point. I mean, your season's done. Put them in, see what you got, and let them see they're going to play, so they want to stick around. Because if you just they're like, we're 1-7. Why are we sitting on the bench? Why not we get out there and play?
How many offensive players have earned their spots? I would say Toafili.
He has moments.
I would say
give him
Malik
that.
Benson has played well. I mean, he's been our most. Ja'Kai Douglas has played well, and he's a slot wide receiver. You can, he doesn't play every snap anyways. So other than that, I mean, has anyone on our offensive line like? Have you watched our offensive line been like?
You mean the quote best offensive line? The quote best offensive line we've ever had, quote unquote. I was like, what the fuck were you looking at when you said that?
We've had good recruiting classes for offensive linemen. Play them. They literally can't be worse. Like how there's sometimes that, and this is why I try not to blame DJ too much. He deserves a lot of the blame, but there are how many times where he catches the snap and there's a guy in his face.
Oh,
because we
instantly.
Literally whiff on a block. Like, don't even touch him.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Morlock with fucking 1,000 drops in.
That man would never play another snap for me.
Wasn't it amazing how immediately after we bench him, our true freshman tight end catches an 18-yard touchdown pass on a play that Morlock would have dropped?
Huh. It's like, how about
Crazy. That? These are our two most hyped tight ends, I would say, since probably Zach. Why can I not think of his name?
You're talking about a golfer?
Yes, I was going to say
O'Leary? Nick O'Leary?
Nick O'Leary. We had another guy that was pretty hyped up, but he was fucking awful. He never played. So
in your mind then, I'm still trying to figure out, so positive wise, like why is he starting these players over him when you know the season's over? Like, is there anything out there that can make us understand?
I guess he was trying to hold on to the fact that technically we only had 2 ACC losses, so there was an outside chance that we can make the ACC championship. Again, this is all speculation. This is all speculation.
I know.
I'm just trying to justify
his thoughts.
The only thing I could possibly think is he thinks we have 2 ACC losses, and Georgia Tech and Boston College are most likely going to get 3 ACC losses, right? They're not good teams. We lost to them, which makes us not a good team, obviously.
We're not a good
But
team.
in his mind, maybe he's like, all right, so if we beat Clemson and we beat Miami, that's 1 loss each for them. And then if they lose 1 more, we have the tiebreaker over them because we beat them. So maybe in his mind, he thought we had an outside shot to make the ACC championship game if we went out. That is the only justification I could possibly think of.
Do you think?
And I'm not saying
think,
it's right because it's not. But
No.
Do you think that at what point does a coach go from optimistic to delusional? Like some of the things
2 to 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's in that. He's there right now. That he's
Boston College, I would say.
Yeah, when you got manhandled by Boston College.
I mean, yeah,
He
I don't.
still was saying it.
And those are the things I don't understand. You're not helping anybody by lying. I mean,
Well, it sounds
I
like-
understand being optimistic and trying to pick your player up, but that's not helping anyone.
Like you watch the tape, you see what you like. What you see exactly what's going on out there.
Well, it sounds like Brock is the one getting the
DJ's
start
out.
against Clemson.
Like, broken
I know,
finger, he's
guys,
out.
Hey, Noel's only group. I know this hurts. You really want
Bro.
Trevor Jackson.
Dude, stop it.
And I'll tell you what, I will be okay with people calling for Trevor Jackson to start when his name is even on the fucking depth chart. His name is not even on the depth chart, people. So
Yeah,
let's
chill
wait.
out.
Let's just pump the brakes. When his name is on the depth chart, then we can start pushing for him.
He's the answer, though, Chase. He's the fucking answer on the bench,
and he
dude.
could be. He's got talent. I'm not even saying
I'm not arguing
he's
that
just
either,
some
yeah.
scrub, dude. He's definitely got talent. He got offers from big name schools. But there's no denying that he is currently the 4th string quarterback on this team.
And then be
He's
like,
not
hey,
on the depth chart. 3 quarterbacks are. So at the very best, he is, in Mike Norvell, the coach's eyes, the 4th best starting quarterback on this roster.
And then
Stop calling for him to start. It's not going to happen, at least not right now. They're going to give Brock Glenn a chance first, which they should.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're going to give Luke a shot if Brock doesn't do it.
And
then they'll give Trevor a shot if all those options are done. I'm not saying it's the right choice because I don't see them in practice. Maybe he's fucking ridiculous in practice, but that is what it realistically is right now.
Pretty much.
And believing anything else is just wrong.
I finally muted the group. I can't do it anymore. I tried.
This is
I'm
because
over it.
the fans got, they were complaining about the third down music, and they're like, holy shit, they listened to us. What else can we get them to do?
Maybe.
Yeah, you can complain about this. That will never happen.
So my next question is, who's the first coach fired on our team?
Randy
This year.
Shannon's up there.
Yeah, he's got to be like
He's
one,
gonna go
1, 2.
regardless.
People have been calling for him for years.
Yeah,
so.
he's got to be
Yeah,
one of the
but-
top 2 that's fired.
And we have a good replacement already on staff in Ernie Sims.
Yeah, it's just easy.
I'm-
Bye, Randy.
But I'm saying impact coaches. Like, I'm not saying he's not going to impact it now. I think Shanahan, that's an impact and long term. I think because what the main reason we got him is recruiting, right? And he's kind of whiffed on that. So impact coaches, like, are you thinking it's an offensive, like it's Fuller or it's Atkins? Do you think they're fireable?
I don't think Atkins is going anywhere.
Maybe Fuller if the
Fuller's
defense
possible.
continues to suck. But I mean, it's for me, that would be completely ignoring how good that defense was last year because that defense was insane last year. So, and I've talked about it in the past. I am definitely one that tends to wait too long to fire a coach or to bench a player. Like, I'm definitely one that has like a very slow hook, especially if they have any sort of track record of success in the past. I tend to want us to kind of not, be a prisoner of the moment and immediately react because we're having a bad season when, our defense has been great the last couple of years. But I don't know, man.
I agree.
If
I
they go
think
off
it's
the
Fuller.
rails, if they go off the rails and they phone it in and give up, that's one thing. If the defense just straight up gives up, then yeah, man, you can't motivate.
For the offense, though, I feel like I agree with you. I feel like it has to be Fuller because even if you look at last year towards the end, even with Travis, our offense was a little down.
Oh, you mean Atkins?
I mean Atkins. Sorry,
Yeah.
Atkins. Yeah. Even in the first half, they're good. We had glimpses of really good stuff, but at the end of the day, remember you and I kind of battled this out. I feel like it was a toss and pray to Coleman. That was our offense, and then if not, he was going to scramble, and then once in a while we'd run. So like even in the good season we had last year and the year before, our offense still wasn't that fucking great. So I just feel like they're easily fireable.
But I think Atkins has a big pro and a big con working for and against him. he doesn't call the plays.
He doesn't call the plays.
So it's hard to judge, if the offenses throw the ball up, that's not his call. You know what I mean? He's not the one calling throw the ball up. Now, he sits in there with Norvell, and we don't know what they talk about. Maybe he is sitting there like Norvell. Our best offense is just close your eyes and throw it up to Keon Coleman.
Say a prayer.
And Johnny Wilson. I don't know. But he doesn't call the plays, so that's the one, saving grace. But on the flip side, if you want to, point something at him, offensive line is supposed to be his forte, right? The last 2 years, our offensive line has been awful.
God.
It's like, if we get rid of him, that's your justification right there. You
the
coach offensive
line
line, and our offensive line has been horrendous.
So you think we get a coach fired by next game? Because we're going to get our ass kicked by Clemson.
Jason's just
Like,
ready to
Dude,
fucking start.
that Clemson
Dude, you
game
have to
is
start
going to
rolling.
be awful.
I'm trying to answer your question. It's not do I think someone should be fired, because I think yes. It's do I think we're going to do it, and I don't think Norvell's going to do it.
We would have to lose in like record breaking something.
He just strikes me as the kind of guy that waits
No,
till
I'm
the end of the year.
talking like what is when you all came into town for my birthday? Didn't we lose like 59-10 or something crazy
bro,
like that?
What is 40 something? Is that like what the fuck? 10
No,
more
I'm
points
not
and we're
saying-
like, no, we'll fire you. No, I don't agree that it's not just about the score, bro. Like, there is no progression with this team. Like, you have a glimpse of it, and it sucks. So, for me,
Stale.
if Norvell wants to get off, like, for me, it's a selfish reason, right? If you want to get off the fucking hot seat, you got to fire somebody. And from what I've heard before, he doesn't like doing that. So, I feel like if you don't, you're going to live and die, and you're going to blame the players. And at one point, you got to take responsibility. So, either you say, this is on me and it's my fault, which he hasn't fucking done, really, honestly. Or you fucking drop the bomb and fire somebody. Like, at this point, like, you need to fire someone. This team, it is insane.
He strikes me as the kind of guy that
He won't,
waits
though.
till the end of the year.
Yeah, he won't do
That's
it.
personally what I'm not saying that's right.
Maybe
I
if
don't think
you're-
it's right, but I don't think he's going to fire anyone until the regular season's over.
Maybe if we're 1-7, he's like, maybe I'll fire somebody because we might win 2 games.
We're not leaving with a winning season, okay? So I feel like
fuck
Zach can
no.
fire.
Last game,
Come on.
maybe.
I believe in Brock. So,
Yeah, I see what you're really thinking about. You're like, come on, Trevor.
Come on.
bro, 4 years from now, when Trevor Jackson's holding his Heisman and the national
Like,
championship,
what were we
drove
thinking?
on, you're like,
years from
God
now.
damn it.
He should be
know
holding
what-
that Heisman this year. There's still a chance he could be holding that Heisman this year.
The thing that kind of upsets me is that, like, Brock's not getting the fair advantage, right? Like, when he gets thrown in, he gets thrown in against the
Bro,
I'm not saying
like-
they're great.
Dude.
They're getting thrown in against Clemson, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying they're great teams, but, like, this
Go
is
play
why
a
we
fucking
all asked to
monsoon
put him
against
in
Louisville
there.
in the ACC championship game to keep us undefeated.
You
Go
know what I
play
mean?
against
Like-
fucking Clemson.
Like, it's not fair. So, like, even people are like, oh, watch, you'll see that he sucks. I'm like, well, yeah, you're throwing him into the fucking wolves.
He didn't have a
right
chance.
now. Like,
He has
Like-
he has had to play against Louisville
Yeah.
in a fucking literal
You're
monsoon.
you're up, Brock. Come on
He
now.
had to play against Georgia when 95% of the team was walk-ons and freshmen, and now he's playing against Clemson. Those are the 3 starts that he has.
Brock's like, why do you fucking hate me
And
so
people are
much?
like, why does he suck so bad? I'm like, well, context helps for one.
Well, they don't
not
see
see
that.
the longest yard, give him a tune-up game. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why we suck. They haven't watched The Longest Yard.
That's it.
That's-
Original
that's it.
or Adam Sandler.
There's no tune-up game. We're just like, let's play a really good team right
I
out
want
the
to watch
gate.
the one with Burt Reynolds.
They both are in,
I
they're in
know.
both movies.
I
God
know.
damn it.
That was the
Son
You
joke.
can take the flag down, Jason. You can take
No,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
not taking it down. I put a great.
I love it. Keep
We're
it up.
1-1 with the flag.
That's
and we're
true. We
0-3
have
without it.
we are 500 with the flag is up, so the flag stays up. Now after this weekend, you probably take the flag down.
Take the flags out. Take flags down, guys.
Take them down.
Flags
Come on now.
Flags down. Come down.
What we got? NIL question. What's that all about, buddy?
Oh, I put that on there. So I don't know which of you saw about that UNLV quarterback that opted
that's
out
crazy.
last week.
Tell me
And
I
the running
love
back. The running back did too.
Oh, I didn't see the running back did. So I just saw
it
the
doesn't
quarterback
matter. The
was just
quarterback
like,
that replaced
nah.
him just balled the fuck out.
Yeah, they still won by 40 points. I was like, damn,
Made him
UNLV.
look like an
Who knew?
asshole.
Well, in the UNLV,
Jose, I don't know if you know the
quarterback was a running
context,
quarterback.
but
Nope.
this quarterback was supposed to be guaranteed $100K. He only got paid $3K, so he says, "I'm done for the year. I'm not playing for this team anymore."
he's
Then his running back
redshirting,
did the
so
same thing.
Yeah, he
he's a
said, "I'm out."
senior.
And then so everyone's like really honestly got on his back. He's like, yeah, you're right. Like if you promise the guy $100K, pay the guy what you told him. I respect it, but he also looked like an asshole because the game that he sat out, or like the next game, the quarterback that came in balled the fuck out, like scored like
Dominated.
50 points or
But
something.
to be fair, one of the main reasons he's so hyped is because they beat two teams that were heavily favored over them when
Yeah.
he was quarterback. They beat Houston and Kansas, both of which were heavily favored over UNLV, whereas I think this past game they were probably favored by like 15, 20 points anyway.
It was a tune-up game, as we like to
So
call
A
it.
mid-season
when
tune-up.
he beats a Power 4 team, then
Yeah,
that'll.
then we can talk.
I mean, if he goes out and there beats Oklahoma State, I don't even think they play each other. But if he did, then that's when they're like, yeah, actually we're probably better without you. So thank you.
Matthew Sluka.
Yeah,
You
and the
found
running
him?
back. I don't know if
Yeah, I
he was
didn't
a
see the
starter,
running
but he
back.
at least split
No.
time.
He was
also
the
decent.
fourth
You want to go play
leading.
for us?
He was the fourth leading rusher on the team, so it wasn't like they were missing
Well, he didn't.
too much.
You're looking at. I'm assuming those stats include last game too, which was their easiest team they faced. So guys could have, upped their rushing stats. I'm not saying he was like a baller. I think he was averaging like 40 to 50 yards rushing a game, but he was definitely a player on their team. Like
Thank you.
He
existed
played
on-
games on the
definitely-
team.
I'm saying he
Put on
wasn't.
a
He wasn't a
uniform.
Trevor Jackson, if you will.
Oh, you mean the apparent savior that we're just putting on the bench?
I really
Xavier
hope this guy
Xavier.
turns out to be like insanely good.
Let's just throw the X up, y'all. Come on.
No, and then unmute
the
that
X.
unmute that group. We're like, I fucking told you for years, man. Brutal.
All right, so we got NFL,
Thank you.
and
Very
on
good.
Close.
that note, Jose, I don't know if,
I don't
since
want
we
to.
started. Do you have a fantasy football team? Are you playing fantasy football?
No, I'm
I
very,
believe
very
he
happy
said
to
he's
not be
he's
playing.
not happy to be playing.
Oh,
this.
okay.
It's
So we'll
the
go
most
real
I've
quick.
Enjoyed football until I realized that I'm a Jaguars fan, and then
So come on, you're not getting too much.
Well,
That's why you have to have fantasy, because when your team sucks, which as a Dolphin fan and unfortunately as a Jag fan is often, you at least can still be like, all right, go
just not
other
fair.
guys.
Florida State and the Jags. It's just not fair. It's just watching. It's just painful all weekend.
It's just not fair.
It's just
Dolphins
awful.
the Dolphins are currently in a high-scoring affair. It's 6-3 at the 2-minute warning of the half.
Yeah, but you guys don't have a quarterback. We have a quarterback. We paid a
How
lot of
dare
money.
you,
That
sir.
it's not my fault. He's hurt, and then the backup got hurt. I didn't do it to him.
On that note, let's go real quick down the line. Chase, then Chris, then myself, and then we'll get into overreaction. So you can kind of think on that, Jose, on the overreaction. It can be about
I'm
your
ready.
team. It could be about any NFL situation. It doesn't have to be about the Jags, but I expect it probably will be. So
Thank you. I've been
Chase,
on the
right
show. I
away,
know.
who are your studs and duds in fantasy?
My stud's easy. That's Derrick Henry, almost 200 yards, a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, almost got another rushing touchdown. Just ridiculous. He got me 32.9 points in a non-PPR, which is just insane. I think that's about what his team scored last week. So
It's true.
Derrick Henry did that by himself.
It's not good.
My dud is also very easy. You know it's bad when you have a guy on your team in Mark Andrews who gets 0 catches for 0 yards, and he's not the worst person on your team, because that's Carson Steele, who had 2 carries for 6 yards and a fumble, so he got me negative 1.4 points.
It's not good.
I ain't gonna do it, bro.
That beats my dud and stud. My stud was Jefferson, obviously. Thank you for
Beast.
fucking over the Packers. Dud was my quarterback, Allen. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, he
Bad game,
gave me
yeah.
jack shit. Jack shit.
Baltimore showed up there.
Yeah. Chris?
Stud for this week because, hey, we got 2 wins in 2 leagues. We're no longer 0 for in fantasy football. Chris is on the board. Jaden Daniels, my man. Come, Jaden. 233, 1 touchdown.
love this
He
thing
did
you're
throw
doing now.
He did throw a pick. We got to talk about that. It's okay. He got me 24. That's all right. We got to win. My dud,
Right?
Mike Gesicki, dropped
Former
immediately.
Dolphin, great.
There's nothing great about his performance. He had 1 catch, minus 9 yards. Did you run backwards? Did you fall? What happened? How do you go 1 catch for minus 9? Did you gone, dropped off my team? And then I was telling Kev the other night, I was like, he's the fucking one from the Dolphins who would always be like, I fucking hate that guy. So I was like, yeah, why is he even on my team?
Dolphin, great.
Don't
He
get
had one
again.
good year
Great
4
is
years
so
ago.
generous, but yeah, trash. But I got wins in fantasy, so we're
There you
happy.
go.
We're on the board, kind of.
All right, Jose, you've been thinking about it.
Overreaction.
Football coaches are out to just make my life fucking miserable. And they're targeted. Like, they know me, and they're like, you know what? We're just gonna make the dumbest fucking decisions. Those motherfuckers, that motherfucker is sitting at his house, so excited that we have this lead. Dougie P out there, fucking Press Taylor, just like, hold on.
Press Taylor.
You know what's really
Press
fucking
Taylor.
funny? You know what's really fucking funny? We got a lead. We could run the ball and probably run this clock out. But you know what we're gonna do instead? We're gonna throw the ball twice. We're going to throw the ball twice, go 3 and out, give them the ball back, and they're going to win.
And they stop the clock. Let's just do that too. Fuck it. Give them more time, actually.
I don't understand. Like, I really do feel
sense.
that the coaches on both of my college team and my pro team are, like, taking stupid pills. Like, it's the kind of shit that you sit there and you're like, are you gaslighting me? Because I know that I'm not a coach, but the thing that makes the most sense to me in a situation like that is that you kind of you want to run the clock out and
Run
win
the
game.
fucking ball.
Like, that seems to be like the right choice. Why am I not getting paid those millions of dollars? Because if I would have made that decision, the Jacks may have won a game last week. Mind blowing. Just fucking coaches want me to die. That's my overreaction.
Chase would say that he thinks they just get in their head, man. I think honestly they just I think they do the whole what's it, game theory kind of thing where they're just like, I think they're gonna think that I think that I think they're gonna think I'm gonna think, and then they fuck it up.
They're playing chess
come on,
within
man.
a game of chess, within a game of checkers, within a game of mahjong.
Yeah.
Like,
and then throwing some meth, and here's the fucking play.
I'm
Jesus
not a-
Christ, Chase, is this just the season of you and your fucking cups? Everything
What is
you
it
come in,
now?
you have like a goblet. Like, look
He's
at
got
this
a nice
fucking
little Pilsner
thing.
glass.
Ooh, he's got a hole
Classy
for every.
fuck.
It was frosty. I got another one in
Been
the
using
freezer,
the
so
same
after we're
cup
done
for
with
like
7
9
minutes,
years.
I'm gonna get another frosty mug.
Jesus
Are you just rotating
Frosty
the
mugs,
mugs?
this fucking guy.
This fucking guy, Chase.
I just have ice in my cup. I barely have ice.
I'm
What's
just gonna
your
say, like,
overreaction?
I've never been a fire the coach kind of guy. I'm kind of like you, Chase. I'm ready. I'm ready for Doug to go. I'm ready.
Really?
for Preston
Calling
to
for it
go.
already? Well, yeah,
I'm
press
ready
he
for
can
all
go.
of them. I mean, just
Go
trash.
now.
Just not good.
So, Jose, you were the one in the press
I
conference
wasn't
that asked
ready
him.
for it. And then the end of that game happened, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Just take it all fucking go to hell.
I think when it comes to the NFL, for me, I feel like there's so many good opportunities for so many coaches that I'm okay with it. I feel like if you don't see change within 2 years, you're done. And I'm okay with it. I think it's different in college, in my opinion. I feel like college, you have to have some kind of concrete for recruiting wise. But for NFL, I feel like you should have a 2-year short lease because there is so many people ready to probably get the fuck out of college or just right behind a good head coach like Andy Reid that's just giving people just brilliance. You know what I mean? So I'm actually kind of okay with it. I agree that like culture and locker room vibes and all that mean a lot, but I think a 2-year leash is all I think head coaches should have in the NFL. You disagree, Chase?
I mean, context matters for everything.
For sure. It depends on how bad of a situation they're getting,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Like if you take over, I'm trying to like the Carolina Panthers right now, like what the fuck are you supposed to do? That team has minimal
that's
talent
fair.
across the board.
Like LaFleur, right? Like if he came in and he sucked for 2 years, I think he'd be out, right? Like you got your Hall of Fame quarterback, you had a really good offensive line, you had decent running backs coming in, like you're done after 2 years, right?
sure.
Like, so I agree with you on that one.
I'm
for
honestly
sure.
impressed that Salah for the Jets has hung on. Like
I
mean,
agree.
This is his make or break season. So
For sure. And it's not looking good.
No.
Chase, overreaction?
I'm gonna give FSU and more importantly myself a break and not talk about them because I have another team that's shit in the bed, so I can talk about them instead. Lucky me. Tua Tagovailoa is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL because for the last couple years, all we've heard is Tua's not that good. Like he's in a great system with great playmakers. You can put me at quarterback and we tear it up. And every time he gets hurt, every single time, and we put in another quarterback, we look like shit. And I don't mean like we look like a team that puts up 17 points. We look like a team that puts up 3 points. We can't fucking score touchdowns, like, at all. We look like the worst offense in the NFL. And that's not hyperbole. We literally look like the worst offense in the NFL every single time anyone but him starts. And this has been consistent for the last 3 years. Anytime Tua misses a game, we have, like, the worst offense imaginable. So
how good you all would
I'm
be
just
if
tired of hearing, like, look, I like McDaniels. I do think he has the yips right now. I do think he's calling horrible games. So it's not all on our quarterbacks because he's calling bad games. But I don't want to hear anyone else the rest of his career. So you can put any quarterback in there and they'll fucking tear it up in his system with those playmakers because it's been proven so many times that that's just not true. So I'm so sick of hearing it. I don't think Tua is the best quarterback in the history of the NFL. But I do think that he's massively underrated because all people point out is Mike McDaniel's offensive genius with Waddle and Achane and Hill. You can't put anyone back there, and they do it. I don't know how many times we have to see it.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. Like, I mean, I think that's I always give you shit for not going overreaction, and I actually think I actually do think you're not overreacting on this one. I think you're actually saying something that's truthful. So
Most
I would
underrated
expect
quarterback in the NFL.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know where I sit on the overreaction meter, but I agree with you. I agree with what
Get
you're
the
saying.
meter
So
out.
That's,
Let's
that's
check.
all I'm saying.
I'll take it.
Chris, what about you, bro?
I got two little quick ones because this is I got two different sports here. So I'll go with football. I don't know. We have a guy that'll check this fact. The Jags will not win a road game. 100% won't do it. They've got to play the Eagles, Lions, Titans, Raiders, Colts. They ain't gonna win a single game on the road.
Talk about yips. The Eagles are right there too.
I'm telling you, I don't think they'll win a single road game this year. I will be stunned, but I don't see them winning a single road game. But then my other really crazy overreaction, and this isn't even going to the NFL. We're going to college.
Overreactions. Look at
Well,
you
just
out
real
here
quick,
on a
we're going
big
college.
well, he's so over.
Well, we're recording this. This will come out tomorrow. It's October 1st. Basketball season's next month.
Oh God.
Florida State. Not only will they have a winning record,
Stop it, Chris.
they're going to go to the fucking tournament. Put it down. Put it on the board. Hey, Florida State football sucks. You know what that means? Basketball is bound to have a good year. You can cricket the shit out of it.
I want you
Mark
to be
this
right
day.
so
Mark
bad.
this day.
But do we have a full team now?
We do. As of
Do we have? Oh wait, did we get a new coach?
yeah.
Did we get a new coach?
I'm not doing this
we
again.
did it. Got it.
Fine.
Okay.
Ham's still sleeping on the
I
bench.
just love how much you guys are invested in Florida State
Give me
basketball.
3
I love
5
it.
stars and I'll coach the fucking team.
We're
I'll
Give
be
me
like, guys,
one
new
5-star.
game plan. Pass the ball to the 5 stars and move out of the way.
Hey, mark this down. Pin this one. Remember it.
no way.
We'll check back in December.
I'm going to stay on the FSU topic,
Count
and
down.
I'm going to say my overreaction is going to be Brocktober. Are we going to be fucking...
Let's go.
Get
I
that
love
trending
it.
right now, Brock.
Are we-
I just don't see.
I
how
love
we
a
can
good
have
play on
Brocktober
words.
with Trevor Jackson starting, but go ahead.
Are we going to win out this season? Probably not. But are we going to see the fucking future of FSU? Probably not. But I'm fucking excited to not see DJ out there, so I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Go on, DJ. Bye.
much.
See you never.
I don't care.
We're gonna
Like,
put up 3 points next game. And
I can't honestly.
47-3.
I can't think of another time in my life that I want another player to succeed so fucking bad. Like he deserves it. He is fucking had to be thrown in the wolves so many fucking times. Like if there is a God and he watches football,
Are you
give
there?
This guy fucking something. Like
Yes.
even if he only wins one game this year and it's against Clemson, fuck yeah,
give
good
him
for
some
you,
angels
bro.
and
Like,
angels in the outfield magic.
and here's the thing. This is what I would love the most, right? They start the freshmen, right? And all these players that's been around Brock for a lot of times, not the portal people, but the people that's been around Brock for a little bit, they start fucking feeling, they're like, listen, dude, I'm going to do everything I can. And they actually start playing for him. And we see that, I'll be happy. I'll be so fucking stoked. That's all I want to see. Like, they were like, you know what? We didn't really believe in DJ. He's a fucking asshole. He gave us headphones. Cool, bro. Thanks. Goodbye.
Thanks for that.
And then
Thanks for the
moving
beats,
on.
bro.
You know what I mean? Like, just fucking,
Ooh.
just do something for Brock. I'm not asking for a W. I'm just saying, make this guy look fucking.
You heard it here, folks. Brocktober is on the way. Get ready. I have a question I just
You
thought
would think
of.
that he probably has more chemistry with some of the younger guys who hopefully will start playing.
I hope so. I hope so. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, that being said, then watch. I swear to God, I'll punch Mike Norvell in the face if he doesn't do one fucking design run with that quarterback. And he just says, "Oh no, I'm not going to do any more design runs now because
It's like,
we have to have a
I'm going to
faster
stop.
quarterback."
That dude's
I'm gonna
eating
stop with
shit
the guy
and
that
you're
can
gonna
run.
be punching Norvell in the face.
Yeah,
Saying all these, making all these promises.
Slap him.
Nice. My question, real quick. No, my question with that: if you could pick one of the 3 rivals to beat Clemson, Miami, Florida, who would you pick beating?
Miami.
Yeah,
Right now,
That's
it's
the
just,
right answer.
Easy.
it sucks that it's a 12 team playoffs because they'll probably still make the playoffs. But like normally, like that would have ruined their chances. of a
Miami
shitty
has
team beating them.
ruined. Miami is single-handedly responsible for keeping FSU out of at least 2 national championship games. You could argue more than that. They have single-handedly kept FSU from having more national championships. If I could fuck over any team for the rest of the history of the world, it would be the Miami
insufferable.
Hurricanes.
I would agree.
I have
all right.
an NFL question for you, real quick, Jason.
Yeah.
Since Kevin's not here,
Kevin's not here.
just
Nice.
Kevin's not here. Is there a quarterback controversy in Green Bay right now?
Oh fucking shot.
What?
He's trying to egg me on because the Packers are just like FSU fans, and people are like in the
Malik
after
Willis
this.
is 2-0.
Yeah, they're like 3 fucking turnovers.
2-0.
Like, hey man, we rushed them, and I don't disagree. I don't think it was a team that rushed Love in. I think it was Love wanting to be in. I personally don't think. I think before we probably would have been fine, like taking the L with Willis. But the fucking asshole fans that came out and were like, man, this is why we got to put Willis in, man. Like, trade Love. Like, I just want you to die. Like, I really do. Like, I
just
don't
wish
have a problem
death
with it.
upon
Just
you,
fucking
actually.
die. And just
Wait until y'all draft Trevor Jackson, and then you'll never.
Woo, that legend. You don't even know what's happening.
goddamn Trevor Jackson, bro. If I
Draft Trevor
wake up
Jackson,
in the
put
middle
him
of the
fourth on
night
your
saying
draft
Trevor
chart?
Jackson,
Trevor Jackson.
And the funny part is, you know that Kevin's rooting for him because he's from Winter Park, like Kevin.
all day Winter
Park
said
boy.
Winter Park.
Kevin.
Shout out Winter Park.
He's gonna
Just like Kevin.
Kevin's gonna
where Kevin
listen
is
to this and
currently
fucking
buying a
freak
car.
out.
Good.
It's not Winter
He says
Park.
he's on his way. He's on his way. That being said, this is the golden hour. So, Jose, I need you to bring up the hype because you're excited for it.
Let's go.
What we got? I don't know what you want to talk about. The first thing we have is the Braves hold on to make the playoffs. But
Hotlanta.
let's put that-
Hold on
For
a
this
second.
side, let's talk about the Yankees.
Hold on a second. Our boy, he worked on an MLB
Oh, he did.
video,
he did.
didn't
He did.
he? I mean,
He did. He did. He did.
put
He
some
did. He
respect
did.
on.
doesn't want to swing.
MLB.
You just want to hear Yankees and see them.
See ya.
100%. He just wants to
Oh,
see
exactly
I
what it
love
is.
watching G just destroy that fucking baseball. He doesn't do it as often as I wish he did. But when he
was
does
that
it,
Giancarlo?
that was Giancarlo.
I don't know why I thought it was Judge.
Boys, it is the best time of the fucking year. As we record this, it is September 30th, which means tomorrow is October 1st, and it is time for playoff baseball. And we have our team set now, right? You know, our boys played the last 2 games of the season today.
All we had to do was not lose 3 straight.
All you had to do is not lose 3
And
straight.
We did
tried.
not.
We
We
tried.
did our damn best, but we
Achieved
did not.
that.
No, 3
things are-
because we lost. We could have clinched on Sunday too.
But I'm saying, did you lose 2 and this was the 3rd game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
correct.
fuck, bro.
Oh yeah.
We lost
To
Sunday.
the end.
We could have
was- they
clinched Sunday with
literally-
the win, and then Monday wouldn't have mattered at all. Today wouldn't have mattered at all for us if we won yesterday.
So we're like, nah.
I just love it when your
Then we'll
teams do
lose
that.
the first game. Be like, nah. Let's really
First
make it
2
kinda like-
games blowing a fucking 3-run lead and then a 1-run lead.
That
Yeah.
game was fucking drunk. It was ridiculous.
Going into the series against the O's last week, all the Yankees had to do was beat them one time,
clinch
and
the
of
division.
course, to clinch the division. And of course, they waited up until the
Game
last
3.
game of the series to do it. But with that, and with Cleveland losing yesterday, the Yankees have clinched the #1 seed in the
buddy.
American League. It's been a
Oh,
long
damn.
time since the boys have been up there. Houston has been making it really hard for us to get that spot.
Not no mo.
Not no mo. So they're back up top. Rizzo, we got our first base issue. Rizzo has a fractured finger, and he thinks that he's going to be back, but there's no way that you're going to come back from a fractured finger when you have to swing a fucking bat to score runs. So we'll figure that out. But, as long as they can get that rotation going, Cole's been up and down since he's been back. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not going to get overly optimistic, but it is October. It'll be fun. Right now, they're set up to face the winner of the Baltimore and Kansas City wildcard series. So
before we
find out
get
on
into
Saturday.
this, because I was talking with Mary's dad this past weekend about he hasn't watched pro baseball in a while, and he was like asking about the playoff format. He was like, "Now is it still just the one wild card?" I was like, "You really haven't watched in a while."
It's been a minute
Because
for
he
you,
also
sir.
asked if both leagues have the DH. I was like, they do.
Oh, wow.
And no, it is not just one wild card anymore. So I explained the format to him. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, so now half the league gets in. I was like, well, no. I was like 12 out of 30 teams. But I get what you're saying. Like, it is not quite as it used to be 8. And I want to know what you think about, and maybe this is me being like biased as a Braves fan. We've lost the last 2 years to the Phillies despite having the bye. And a lot of people are saying that with baseball, it's such a sport that you are just so used to playing every day. Occasionally you get one off day. But like people have said in the past, the All-Star break really fucks with their timing when you have a couple days off, because baseball is such a routine-based sport that when you have time off, in the last couple of years, the top 1 and 2 seeds have really struggled in the playoffs. And I mean, again, that could just be me as a Braves fan looking at us, and both times we've had the bye the last 2 years, we've lost to the wild card team, the fucking Phillies.
It's something that, of course, I've thought about, because I mean, I like to say, I would say like, oh, we're one of those teams that like if you throw us off, whenever we're like on a bad streak, a good All-Star break is exactly what we need to fix us. But the opposite is also true.
Yeah.
And so, it's the pitching, it's the hitting, it's all these fucking routines these guys are in. Of course, they're going to try to go out there and throw their BP on their days. And they're going to go out. But it's not the same. It's not the same. So that's like my biggest anxiety. The Yanks played their last game yesterday on Sunday. They don't play another real game until Saturday. That is 6
Is
Almost
that
a
at
full
the
week.
earliest?
Yeah.
That is the entire week.
Is that the
Was that-
earliest they play? Because
That is the earliest that they play. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how they set it, because it's a best of 3, so I don't know if like no matter what they play on that day, or is it just if it's done in 2 that they play on that day?
I'll correct myself next week.
Okay.
I will let you know,
I mean, I
actually.
don't know either. I was genuinely asking. So.
But I'm pretty sure that the earliest that they'll play is going to be on Saturday, October 5th. Yeah, because there's no games on Friday.
Okay, Braves play tomorrow, so
Getting right into
Yeah.
it. Let's go.
Thursday's going to be all the game 3s if necessary. But if not necessary, they're not gonna. It's just gonna
Gotcha.
be another day off.
Gotcha.
So yes, the divisional round begins officially on Saturday. So all of the teams on byes are off first.
that
6
is
days.
basically an All-Star break then.
Yeah, pretty much. So it'll be really interesting. I'm sure it'll have some sort of impact on one of these teams at least. Hopefully
Yeah.
the Dodgers, because
Well,
fuck
I
them.
agree. Hopefully the Dodgers.
Yeah,
since
that
if
would be
we win,
great,
that's who we
actually.
would play. So
Well, yeah, y'all are set up. Y'all are in the bracket with them, right? So y'all are playing San Diego.
we're all over that West Coast, San Diego, and then
Y'all
Out
if we-
west, baby.
If we
Stay
beat
out
San
there,
Diego,
man.
then we play the Dodgers.
Yeah, we're not going to go back home. We'll wait.
Hey, I don't give a shit, man. I just don't want to play the Phillies again. They just have our number in the postseason the last 2 years. Last year, I thought was the best Braves team we've had since the 90s, I would say. And they fucking took us to the woodshed. So
Oh, they're hyped, man. They're hyped. I was just there a couple of days ago, and they have their Red October banners.
Of course
and
they
they're
do,
calling
of
for
course.
people to get the grease out for the polls.
God, I hope they get fucking swept.
Yeah, I hope they get just demolished.
Clown question, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we wrap this up, I just noticed one of my buddies says they're going to put $1,000 in the FSU game because the spread's at 14.5.
Correct. It'll probably go up a little more.
Justin Hardy texted me and said, I'm fucking hammering that line for Clemson.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's 14 and a half,
I think he said minus 15. And he was like, I am hammering that shit.
It's minus 14.5 right now, and honestly, if I finish this drink and I have one more drink tonight, I might throw down.
Jay's gonna also hammer in on that line because that's
Bro, I mean,
picking
14.5,
FSU,
like
FSU.
well, okay.
yeah for
And
sure,
here's the
dude.
thing, I'm okay with it because like it's a win-win, right? Like if I lose that money and we win, I'm not gonna be that mad, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm really not. So I feel like it might happen by the end of tonight. Like I haven't bet in a long
Come
time.
on, keep
Yeah, people
drinking
are
that
really-
whiskey. We'll check in.
If that's the line, it's because of a number of things. They're saying Clemson kind of struggle with Stanford. Stanford's better than us. They just are at this point.
Many people are
Dude,
better than
Stanford
us.
actually, I blew that game, man. Like their quarterback just every time they got the ball. I want to say the first half. Every time Stanford got the ball within the first 30, like in Clemson's 30-yard line, that quarterback threw like the worst pass I've ever. He literally just threw one up in the air with like 4 guys like covering the. I was like, why are you doing that? But yeah, that's that, and the fact that they got destroyed by Georgia. That's the only way I could think that line is what it is, and even then, that's ridiculous.
I think it'll tick up. I think by the end of the week, I think it'll go up.
I guess because we're home. I really don't.
I got
know.
$600 in my Venmo account. Can I use that? Like, can I transfer that shit?
Can I just
Like,
put that right into?
Yeah, you can
Betting on that?
transfer it to Jose Carval. Just go ahead and select Jose on your Venmo. You can just go ahead and transfer it.
You're like, I'll give you a 5% interest over a 5-year span.
Yes.
I'll give you $1 once a year, like for that money. You'll make more money than betting on that shit.
It'll be great. You got it.
That being said, guys, I'm sorry you guys didn't hear Kevin. He'll be on, I'm sure. I told him that we started earlier, so we're wrapping up for the full night. So he's probably butthurt. You guys got to understand something about Kevin. I said this to our boy Mike. There is no person on this planet that has a more severe case of FOMO.
It's
like
very
it is-
accurate.
It's absolutely insane. Like if I sent a text to Chase and said, "Hey Chase, how's your day?" and then Kevin heard me say I asked Chase how his day was, he's like, "Fuck, you don't want to ask how my day is?"
Well, how is it? Also, do you want to ask me?
So you guys
Jason
have to understand.
had to come to my house for work. Like his work was like, you have to go to Chase's house for work
Lose
or
it.
you're fired.
Kevin be so
and
jealous.
he came here. Kevin would
his
lose
mind.
it. He would fucking literally.
Oh, you're going to his house? Okay.
This just happened in our Florida Boys group chat with our boy Mike, where Mike, because Chris we all know, loves Halloween. He shared a Halloween-related meme, and he tagged Chris in it, and Kevin's immediate response was, "Can I look at it too?"
No, you may not.
Did you see my like therapist response to that?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. If you ever tag or reference a specific person
Yeah.
and attach them
Jay
to
broke
a
it
joke,
down.
a text, a meme, etc., Kev will develop a severe insecurity complex with your friendship and therefore respond in a sarcastic way in order to be included and loved.
It was very spot on. That
There's
was
no better way. There's no better way to explain them.
perfectly explained.
I just wanted Mike to understand because out of context, he's like, "Fuck, I pissed off Kev." I was like, "No, you didn't." Like,
yeah.
just that's
how
how
he
Kevin's
is.
mind
Just a man
thinks.
child when it comes to FOMO.
So
I want to see it.
That being said, I'm saying that because he wasn't on this episode, and he's trying. I know for a fact he's rushing. Him and Eric are fucking
They're gonna
fighting.
run
each
the
other
light!
right
They're
now.
gonna cancel
Run
what
the
they're
light!
doing just so
And-
he can make it.
Yeah, we're gonna sign off right when he gets on, and I know it's gonna fucking hurt him. But that being said, guys, check out cup2cuplife.com. Check out Cup to Cup Show across all social medias. Check out the t-shirts. Engage in our fucking Facebook group, which has been awesome so far. I love that people have been posting during the hurricane stuff and checking on other Floridians. I thought that was fucking incredibly sweet. Calling you out,
very nice.
Imone. But that being said, guys, thank you for listening, and later.
Bye.